Okay, so this is another little tutorial for tessellation and extrusion concept too, and this I'm gonna get inside of this piece and render the feeling inside after doing the last tessellation. So let's get with it. Check earlier tutorials where we basically did enclose a constraint of points and apply wind to the enclosed, so the wind is coming in the direction, and these ones are holding or kind of constraining the movement of the whole thing. And I just stopped it in the eighth frame here after playing it. Um, so we got this deformation. If just check out the earlier tutorials and you will see exactly what I did. Okay, so what we're gonna do that now is select this guy. We have all these faces. Basically, I'm gonna test mesh in polygons here, mesh. And I'm gonna triangulate. What that does is basically create a triangulation. Simple as that, no? And I'm gonna do what we did before in other tutorials. I'm gonna go to right click in the object face and select with the brush and the radius 0.3. I'm gonna select some of these guys, and in this case I'm gonna go up and down, and it's always adding to the selection. So I don't know, we can leave some other areas, or I'm gonna do the whole thing because my computer cannot handle so much information. And also a little bit on this one over here, and probably down here, not much more. And that's it. I'm gonna select those faces, and I'm gonna do what we have done many other times. I'm gonna press Q to get out of the brush and go to the selection and close this window. Next step is Shift right click, and I always forget to say this in the beginning, but basically we have to go to Edit Mesh and have this uncheck. Okay, so each of them will be extruded individually, not as a group. So Shift right click, extrude face. By the way, we are in the mode 1, not 3, so they're not smooth. And we're going to go to the blue guy. We always go there. And we're going to press the box and control at the same time and come inside, inwards, as we press control and the box until we get like a feeling that, you know, this is the structure we want. Okay, so normally I say to delete this guy. What I'm going to do here is basically go to Mesh and select mesh and extract. Okay, Oop. So that's gonna pretty much extract plane one. Please ignore. It's gonna have like, it's gonna give me let me see, two geometries. One is, let me go to object mode here. Delete this by Control H, and we see what we have here. Okay, we have Control H. Yeah, we have two geometries. So basically, we have this guy and the triangles here. Can even, they're all individual. Okay, individual pieces. But let me select the big guy. What we did in the, instead of deleting the face as we have done many other times, what this I'm gonna allocate in a different layer. What I did is detach each of the triangles that were selected. So now I'm going to select the big guy, which is this one, not the little faces, and I'm going to pretty much go and see. You see, these ones are the triangles. I'm going to select this one and like take it out of the NURBS polygons, and this is, I'm going to rename it and call it like main structure. Okay, and this one we can pretty much hide. Control H and Control H if it lets us. There we go. And now we have all the triangles here. Okay, which is good. Now we know that all of those triangles are pretty much these ones, leftovers of the thing, and they are pretty much grouped already in NURBS polygons, and this is the other one. So it's good. We can select them here and say Control H as well, and go to the main structure that we created and say Shift H. Good. That's good. Now I'm gonna do gonna go to perspective. I'm gonna select this guy. Make sure that we are in keep faces together. This is a step we've done 1,000 times, so you guys should know already. Keep faces together and Shift right click right click faces without shift, select all the faces, good, and shift right click extrude face. Okay, I'm gonna go to the blue gizmo as always and press the arrow this time and outwards. Okay, so I'm gonna no control, no shift, just the arrow outwards a little bit and see what we have done. We cannot see anything here, but we can go for sure to this area and see what we have done here. It's obviously extruded too much, so I'm gonna just reduce that. You can always change it here, but I actually like to do it with the arrow, not outwards but inwards. Another thing will be that obviously we should be around here to see as we change. We can do it, see how it changes. I'm gonna do very small. You can give a number if you don't want to do it hand. No, it's okay. It's good. So we have this. Okay, it's good. So now we're gonna get in here, and of course it's not difficult, as you know. You just navigate here, but I wanna actually be inside and check what's underneath. That's why I selected some faces before. So it's kind of tricky. Sometimes you just have to. The best thing will be obviously to create a camera and move yourself in a way that. Let me see how we do this. I think we can press shift. Sorry, Q. You see how we get in and out, so it's good. Oh, we can get it. I'm pressing Alt and right click to move around. Okay. There we go. We can see what's going on underneath. Let me get a little behind. I mean, I kind of don't like very much this perspective. But what I'm going to do is basically go to the outliner now and select perspective, which where we were, and Control A. I like to change the parameters of the camera from here, and I'm going to select this guy and middle button, change the angle of aperture and focal length a little bit. So we have, there we go, we have this guy here, and I'm going to basically go to view, bookmarks, edit bookmarks, new bookmark, and apply, close. So as you know, whatever we're doing here, we're changing, and I know I'm looking from here down, so what I'm going to do is go to perspective first, and I'm going to create a couple like, you know, boxes, like polygon boxes, and they're going to be created there. W to move them, and let me squeeze them so they look like small buildings here or something, and Control D, W to move them here, and R, and I'll select these two, Control D, W, and move them here. I'm not sure, so I have to actually go to view bookmarks, so it goes directly to the view, and we can select from here and Control D these guys. We need to put them in this direction, so it's good. I'm gonna select R and make them slightly different, and Control D. This is of course you should dedicate more time for this. Control D again, and have like a sense of the city, you know. Control D again, and R, make them smaller, and W, and put them here. No, this is my little city that I created in a second. Another thing we should do is go to that liner and turn on the plane that we had before. I think it's this one, Shift H, and the plane is there. Let me put it up a little bit as well, so we actually hit the city. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the bookmark view, bookmark camera view, and there we go. We have the city there. I mean, I would probably want to have even more city. You can go out there and select these guys and control these guys. So I deselect and Control D, and I know that the city should grow around here. Control D, and put more city, whatever, and R to change them a little so they're slightly different. And view, bookmarks. Here we go. This is my city, and I'm gonna see what's happening here. This is kind of like the floor. We should actually change a little bit of the view so we have a little bit. Let's see if we can a little bit of the ceiling as well as we have the top. Let's see. Let's change. It's quite tricky. It's a matter of changing and adjusting this. There we go. I think we have ceiling, but now we don't have that. There we go. We have like some little bit down here and a little bit on the top. So that we have the city. It's quite interesting interior now, no? So of course I'm gonna render it like this, but remember, actually I'm gonna go to bookmarks and create a new one, new bookmark, and apply. So if I have this view saved because I kind of like it more. And the point of this, the first like detaching of this, the triangles that we had here is very obvious now that you are probably imagining why we did this detaching instead of deleting. So basically we can actually shift H here, and those are corresponding exactly with the emptiness of the structure. So we can actually assign a different material to these guys by selecting, and let me go to window and rendering hypershade, and what I'm gonna do is give a different Lambert or Blinn in this case a material, so it's kind of like the glass versus the structure. And this is going to take a while because computer once again is slow, but once we get that, we're going to be able to create another material. Let's say just a normal Blinn, which is the within the Maya models, and we do is select here the triangles, right click and assign. Okay, now that's good. Now we're gonna press Blinn here. We can of course name it as glass. Should do that. Control A to go to the attribute editor, and I'm gonna change this to, I don't know, let's do like a dark blue, so we see that it's kind of like glass. And I'm gonna make this bigger and create transparency because I want this to be transparent. And for now I'm gonna leave it like that. You can imagine you can, create all kinds of different effects. So reflectivity, etc. This is gonna have reflectivity already, so I'm not gonna put anything. I'm gonna leave it like that, very simple. So you get the idea that now we have two materials, the glass, which corresponds exactly with the void of the structure and the structure. And this is gonna have, if you want to test, you can always press this guy, as you know. Oh, this is the old guy here, and you can always create a little like a square and press the red one here. Forget about this. This is an early tutorial, and let's see what it happens. Basically, it's probably gonna take a long time, but you're gonna see what's going on here in just a moment. Okay, I think it's good. I'm gonna let it be, probably because I know the shades are gonna be very interesting coming from the top. I'm gonna reduce the shadow softness because these shadows are gonna semi disappear or be diffused with the softness that we have now, you see. So I'm gonna just a little bit take it down. I'm gonna escape this, and I'm gonna close, and I'm gonna, as you know, we can go to sun direction, selecting here in the outliner if we don't know where it is after this mess has been done. And we have to go to the physical sun one, and in softness let's put only like 2, I guess, and let's reduce this. We don't need, well, let's leave it in 40. Good. Now I'm gonna render this, and we'll see. I'm gonna pause it, and you guys can see the result at the end. Okay, render, pause. Okay, so this is the result, and as you can see, it's quite spectacular. So we can see that there's 2 materials assigned. The one that I haven't changed was the default one for the structure, and assign a Blinn with transparencies. As you can see, some reflections and some changes. So it looks quite good. I mean, of course, this is a starting point. I would probably change also the material of the city below to extend it. Try to do some blues of the sky. You see down here I would like to show more of myself, my own building, and try to make this more transparent here, etc, etc. But this is a very nice beginning point. Okay, so this is the end for tessellations, and now go for Grasshopper, a couple video tutorials now, and if you please jump to the next list and do the other deformations according to Grasshopper changes. Okay, done.